beginner sewers, welcome back to J Sewtastic. It's your girl Jay here, and I'm sharing with you today the 5 must-have sewing tools. So let's get right to it. When it comes to sewing, having the right tools can make all the difference in achieving professional looking results and making the process easier and more enjoyable. Here are only five of the best sewing tools every sewer should consider having in their toolkit. I have them in mine and you should have them in yours. Number one, a rotary cutter and a mat. Why is it great? Maybe that's two. I don't know. A rotary cutter is a sharp wheel. What is a rotary cutter, you may ask? Okay, well, anyway, as you can see in the picture, it is a sharp wheel-like blade that glides through the fabric, offering precise straight cuts when paired with a self-healing cutting mat. Now, I don't have a self-healing cutting mat, but I do plan on getting one. But I do have a sewing mat that most people start off with first time around. So when pairing with a self-healing cutting mat, you can cut through multiple layers of fabric at once without damaging the underlying surface. And you can do this with a regular mat as well, but sometimes it's just, I don't know, those cuts stay in there in the mat, and since it's self-healing, that won't happen. So for the best cutting fabric quickly and accurately, especially, yeah, okay. Self-healing cutting mats, you can cut through multiple layers of fabric at once without damaging the underlying surface. And for the best for cutting fabric quickly and accurately, especially for quilting or large projects. So I find that my rotary blade cutter helps me navigate through my patterns, especially when I'm cutting out curves or when I'm going around sharp little edges in the pattern. So the rotary cutter it seems to be a little bit more precise than cutting with the scissors. Not that I don't use my fabric scissors, but I do, and I have a really nice pair that was gifted to me, and I may share that later. So hang on in there. Let's get to the next one. A seam ripper, number two. If you ain't got this, you better get your life. That's all I gotta say. You better get your life. Why is it great? A seam ripper is a small but mighty tool used for removing stitches. It has a pointed end that easily slides under stitches and a small blade for cutting them. And keep your fingers out the way because it will cut that too. Just so you know. Okay. Don't say nobody didn't tell you, because Jay Sewtastic, your girl Jay, just told you. Okay. And then it's a lifesaver when you make mistakes or need to undo seams. Best for fixing mistakes, undoing seams, and unpicking stitches without damaging the fabric. And you do need to be careful because you will damage the fabric. I done damaged some fabric in my day. So I'm saying, when you got to pull her out, take your time, pay attention to where your fingers are at, and you'll be good to go. Let's go on to the next one. All right, fabric scissors. Who don't need a good pair of fabric scissors? Your girl do. She got some as a gift. I think they're really expensive scissors and very heavy, and I love my scissors. And why they're great to get high quality fabric scissors are essential for making clean, sharp cuts through fabric without fraying the edges. They're typically heavy and sharper than regular scissors, designed specifically for cutting, different things in fabric only. So I don't use, excuse me, Winston, but I'm trying to make a video and you making noises, and I don't have it right now. But anyway, y'all, what I'm trying to do, this is one of his favorite toys. So yeah. But anyway, when I use my scissors, I only use them on my fabric, and I don't use them for paper. I don't do it because that will dull them, and I have had them for almost going on a year and a half, maybe two. So anyway, get yourself a good pair of scissors. Get you some paper scissors to cut out your patterns with, and then buy you another pair of scissors that you could use for fabric scissors. I recommend having two of each, okay? Or one of the very, very high quality, and maybe two or three of the as they go scissors. So I know I do have probably like about 5 or 6, and I have pinking shears. So that is also something that you could probably get. Pinky, don't forget to get your pinking shears. Don't forget to get your snippets and all these things you can get. And I found most of everything outside of the gift of my heavy, high quality scissors from Amazon, and they came as sets, and so it worked out just fine. So let's get on to tip number 4. Girl, you got to have some measuring tapes. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You gotta have measuring tapes. Your girl don't use them. Yes, I do, y'all. I use them. I use them for when I'm measuring out something, or when I want to do a hat to a pattern. I try to measure out how short I want it, long I want it, or wide I want it. So I use my measuring tapes. And why are they great? A flexible measuring tape is a must-have for taking accurate body measurements, measuring fabric length, and marking measurements on the pattern. So most of the time, you think only seamstress or people who are pattern makers use measuring tapes, but us sewists should use them as well. I know I do. And they do come in handy for when I'm trying to resize something. It's essential for ensuring that you have proper fit and properly are sized correctly, and your project fits properly and are sized correctly. Best for measuring body, dimension, fabric, distance on the patterns. So you can use it for all those things, and I do use it for all those things. Do I use it often? No, because I try to follow the size and the measurements on the pattern that I'm using at that time, if I'm using a pattern, because I do upcycles as well, where I really have to use the tape measures to determine how I want my upcycle to lay. So I do have to use it quite a bit when I'm doing an upcycle. But so far as the patterns are concerned, I use it for, like I said, if I want to I use the pattern. And if the measurements, the finished garment measurements are not what they need to be, then that is where my measuring tapes come in as well. So let's get on to the next one. All right, y'all guys. Let's go. Okay, pins and pin cushions or magnetic pin holders. Why is that great? Well, pins are used to hold fabric pieces together before sewing, ensuring that everything stays in place. A good pin cushion or magnetic pin holder keeps your pins organized and easy to access. Well, Jay, do you have any of those? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have all of the above. I got 2 little pin cushions that look like these little tomatoes with the strawberry or whatever that is. It was a big plumpy strawberry. I never knew if it was a tomato or a strawberry. Somebody tell me. Okay, leave me a comment below. Anyway, and then I do have the magnetic pin cushion that you can strap onto your arm. And then I have a magnetic disc that holds all the pins. And little tip here, when my pins are all over the place, I just take the magnet and hold it over wherever the pins are, and it just picks them all up instead of me taking them individually by hand and putting them on the magnet. Okay, I just hold it up and they just pop up on there because it's a magnet. So anyway, with that said, let's get to this final thing that we need over here. Okay, the final thing, which is a bonus tool. People iron on the floor, they iron on their table, but make sure you got an ironing mat on your table so you don't mess it up, whatever kind of table you have. I know I started off with the mat, and then I got an ironing board. I had a subscriber buy me an ironing board cover because mine was looking a hot mess, and I appreciate you for doing that because I use it faithfully. But this is a bonus tool, ironing board. Why is that great? Pressing seams and fabric before, and some people press their patterns out. I know I have been known to do it too because they can get kind of wrinkled, especially if you've already used them. It's good, and you don't fold them quite, they just don't quite fold like they're supposed to fold. So you just ramble it up and put it back into the package they came in. Girl, do it right the first time, otherwise you're going to be ironing out your patterns, okay? So you could use them for the fabric during and after sewing, ensures crisp, clean edges. I know you always iron your seams open, and get you a good iron that has steam on it, y'all. Get you a good iron. Okay, and then steam irons is essential for removing wrinkles and setting seams. As I just said, best for pressing seams, fabrics, preparation, and giving your finished garment a polished look. Having these basic tools in your sewing kit will help you work more efficiently and achieve professional results in your projects. So, hopefully these tips have been helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed them and I hope you can use them. Leave me some comments below. Leave me some, I don't know, leave me some hearts or something. Leave me something. Leave me a smile. Leave me something in the comments to show your interaction with you. Okay? I miss y'all. So, hey, talk to me. Sometimes I get lonely. I need y'all to talk to me. But anyway, no, we finna get up out of here because I am done with this video. And hopefully these tips or these tools that you should have in your sewing arsenal, get them. That's all I'm saying. Just get them. Make sure you got them. Okay? Get it? Got it. Good.